Yeah, I think I was a designer most of my life, and I think when I hit 40 I decided to go into teaching, try to share some knowledge, and during the course of teaching in various colleges in northwest of England, I was essentially teaching guys who are on day release from usually quite large companies. And I think we had the financial crash in 2008, which really started to bite in 2010. And the guys I was teaching at the time at level 4 HNC courses were telling me at the end of their courses that their employers weren't going to allow them to come back on day release the following year, basically because of financial constraints, and the employers wanted them full-time in work 5 days a week. So I saw an opportunity and I thought, well, most of these guys are so committed and determined anyway. They need some sort of opportunity whereby they can study in the evenings and weekends, and probably the employers will like that sort of attitude, and that's how the idea of Uni Course came about, really, to provide that service to not only the employees but the employers. Okay, so I think the original course that we started is still, I believe, the most popular in the UK. So it's Electrical and Electronic Engineering, HNC, and also HND. But we've further expanded engineering into manufacturing and also mechanical engineering, which is now becoming increasingly popular. We also provide business HNC, business HND, and we also are an approved ILM Centre for Institute for Leadership and Management, and so we provide level 3 and level 5 leadership and management courses. At the moment, all of our courses are distance learning, although we do have some plans quite recently to broaden our horizons and deliver seminars either here in our big office area or in local hotels and things. Try to service that northern powerhouse notion. But at the moment I think we're servicing the southern powerhouse, as I like to call it, where most of our clients are. If you went to university on a 3-year course, your first year in the UK is known as level 4, second year is level 5, third year is level 6. So therefore what happens is we have the vocational equivalents of these things. So a HNC is a vocational course, although it's increasingly academic these days. So that's more or less equivalent to what you would do in the first year at university. You get the same number of credits, 120 credits on the UK framework at uni, and a HNC gets you 120 credits on the same framework. So quite often people will come here with in Uni Course to do a HNC, then go on to a HND, so you have 120 credits, a further 120. At the moment we stop at level 5, so it's like essentially, if you like, we stop at the end of what would have been a 3-year university course at the end of the second year. So lots of people now are taking this route with us and then going on and topping up with a final year with Open University or some other university or college and get themselves an honours degree that way. Right, well, at the moment the format is very much distance learning. We have the very latest version of Moodle, which is a virtual learning environment. People basically log in either at work or at home. All their resources are there on screen. There's nothing printed. Years ago, Open University and other places used to send parcels out to your home, and you'd open them up and there'd be books there and everything. It doesn't work that way now. It's all PDFs and everything. Moodle will not only contain workbooks, which we write in-house here, because we have all the resident experts, me included, apparently. You know, maths, engineering, business, work, leadership, management, wherever it is, we write it all ourselves. And all these resources are there on screen if you're one of our students. But you know, it's not just a workbook, an assignment, or maybe a set of 4 for each module, but you know, we also have video tutorials there. and simulation files as well. If it's an engineering course, it could be mathematical simulations which we've provided here, and the students can practice with those at home and produce their own. Yeah. Because the original idea was, when I was teaching directly in colleges, that original idea was, if those guys are going to be in work all day, Monday to Friday, they need that support early evening and at weekends. So we do the early evening and weekends, but we also do office hours as well, because we're specialists in edXL courses at the moment, especially edXL courses. Whereas if you maybe think about teachers in traditional colleges, they may be teaching on the edXL programs, but you know, 1 or 2 of their days throughout the college week, they could also be teaching on a City and Guilds program, or you know, an MBQ or something like that, or specialist maths bridging courses, whatever. But all of our teachers currently are focused purely on delivering edXL qualifications, and we don't really, like other colleges, will have holidays. Obviously they'll have weekend holidays, and they'll have Christmas and Easter and summer. So we never have holidays, so we provide consistently 365-day support. Yeah. I think the main thing, obviously we've got a lot of expertise in the office. I mean, all of our teachers have got degrees and master's degrees and what have you, which I think is essential. Some colleges have teachers who don't have any experience, so to speak, but all of our teachers have industrial experience as well as degrees and everything. But I think the most attractive thing to students and employers now is the fact that we have quite a large menu of modules. In fact, we're still developing some modules, but we can basically offer every module. So we offer that enormous choice for people. So if you want to shape a HNC, maybe you want to blend it with some electrical and mechanical knowledge, obviously everybody has to do the mandatory core units, but where you do have the choice, we're able to offer you any choice you want, which most, if not all, other colleges are quite restricted in their resources, staffing, timetables, rooms, etc. So we offer choice, flexibility, and that idea of providing 7-day support is the most attractive thing, and that's our USP. You can, traditionally, if you go to a brick-built college, HNC would be a 2-year course. If you're a fast worker and you maybe have some previous knowledge, or you feel fairly confident on the maths, then you can complete anywhere from 3 months to 5 years. So you have quite a large window of opportunity to complete your courses, and we've had people complete a whole HNC in 4.5 months. I think it was the record holder. I won't mention his name, but he was also working full-time and had a young family, so it can be done. But I think the average is probably people are completing a HNC in maybe 9 or 10 months rather than 2 years at a college. What we also find as well, when people complete the HNC and then they progress on to HND with us, because they've already got that experience of how the Uni Course works and how to submit assignments and appreciate the feedback in the marking, etc., they tend to complete their HND a bit quicker than what they did the HNC. So practice makes perfect, essentially, yes. Indeed, I can't mention any college names or university names, but we do have quite a large list of at least a dozen big colleges in the UK who buy the modules from us because they're so well written and well resourced. The simulation files, videos, supplementary materials, informative workbooks, and sometimes challenging assignments, but they do have all the opportunities there to get not only pass but merit and distinction as well. Well, I think I mentioned we're trying to branch out into direct teaching with seminars, etc., in hotels and things for the local economy. But we're always on the lookout for further courses. I've always dreamed of offering level 6, engineering especially. So I'm currently investigating possibilities with 2 Northwest universities who I can't mention, with the possibility of having a sort of franchise arrangement or license arrangement with 1 or 2 universities, so we can teach and offer the modules here at level 6. We're still trying to work out how the model will work in terms of the assessments, because most places won't give you a degree unless you have some sort of final exam. You know, EdXL courses are very much assignment only. There are no exams, but at level 6 there needs to be some clear, definitive assessment. So that'll be final exams with our local university, but we're working on this model. So we would like to offer a complete degree programme within a year or so. Yeah.